Hi. So, today, seeing myself not directing myself to study effectively and revise, I manifested within myself a point of temptation where I tempted myself to judge myself and to beat myself up for it as if that would make things right again and compensate for the mistake that I made in that moment. So what I did was simply lie down on my bed and slow down and forgive the memories and beliefs that justify this pattern of judging myself and wanting, needing, and desiring to judge myself with the justification and belief that by judging myself, I somehow compensate for the mistake I committed in the past, instead of realizing that to actually compensate for the point is to never commit that mistake again. And in common sense, I can only do that when I am here and direct myself here, not go into patterns and cycles of regret, guilt, and shame, and take myself on an emotional roller coaster ride, arriving at the same point again where I am faced again with the decision of, am I going to revise or not? So rather than just telling to myself that I must revise, I'm going to use this time that I have in today's log to explore the point of how my experience within resistance when beginning to revise, and how I am justifying that pattern and my experience within the pattern. So here goes. When I confront myself with the point of, it is time to revise, Casper. First of all, I would allow and accept myself to, in a sense, step away from this moment, and then in stepping away from this moment here, I go over there in my mind, participating in future projections of how much I will hate revision, how painful it will be, and implied within that believing, accepting and allowing the belief that homework is painful and homework is strenuous, and I am not supposed to enjoy studying, and revise it. And within this resistance toward myself at this point of studying and actually revising, it's actually fear. Fear of homework spiting me and making me feel bad when actually I am the one that makes myself feel bad. And this is a point that I noticed fairly recently, these past few days, is that a core point of resistance while I am studying is seeing myself make mistakes that are weird and they're not actually here. They are not an accurate reflection of what is here as the knowledge placed before me. And then I severely judge myself for that, believing myself to be wrong and bad for making that mistake. And in a way, I would vehemently and venomously question myself, asking myself the question, this is how it actually is. This is what the knowledge is actually presenting. Casper, why are you so stupid? Why are you so delusional to make the mistake you've just made? You are better than this. And within allowing and accepting that statement of spite, self-spite and self-judgment, I diminish myself. I make myself less than the mistake I committed in the past, instead of taking that mistake, accepting that it is here, and finding the lesson within the mistake and actually being grateful to myself and grateful for the mistake for being here to assist and support me to learn that lesson and to learn that lesson well. So applied in the context of studying, that would be getting the conceptual framework accurately, getting those ideas fit in the way it fits, the way it actually fits together. What else? So the solution for me at this moment, according to who I am now and how much I see within myself, is when confronting myself to study, first of all, be extremely careful of that point when I begin to step away from here this moment here and begin to participate in those feelings of resistance, and also be careful of suppressing those resistances by ignoring them and speaking from a point of morality and saying, this is wrong, I just need to be studying, I just need to be revising, when that actually allows that resistance to compound until I can't take it anymore and I procrastinate. So instead of doing that, another solution for myself would be to I just lost that point. Moving on. What are the solutions that are commonsensically here? Express gratefulness here for every mistake that I make within revising, and instead of seeing that, instead of interpreting that as a justification for how bad I am, this idea, belief that I am not good enough, instead of using that mistake to fuel that mind construct, rather embrace and accept the mistake in gratefulness and in humbleness, no longer participating in needing to justify and prove myself to myself that I am good enough by not making mistakes in revision. Because the mistakes are here as who I am, I cannot deny who I am. I cannot deny myself. Therefore, in gentleness, deal with myself. And by forgiving the mistake and then accepting the mistake in gratefulness, being grateful for the self-correction point that it is showing me, as homework as myself is actually a point of self-support rather than a point of self-spite and self-judgment, like how I have been treating it for many years. That's all on homework support for myself. Thank you for watching. And for anyone else that's watching. Homework support for anyone else that is watching. Thank you.